Please bear me 2 minutes on my screen. Can you see my screen now? Okay.
It's still loading up. And we can see your screen now, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so tonight we'll be talking about making the most of the fourth industrial revolution and the gig economy. It seems like a big word, but my job is to make sure that I break it down for you guys and make sure that you all understand what we are trying to say when we talk about making the most of the fourth industrial revolution and the gig economy. First of all, I've already introduced, but let me just introduce myself again. Like, my name is Funmilola Adeagbo. You guys already know I'm a virtual assistant and a social media manager. My story is, let me just quickly share my story with you guys. It's not as if I've been a virtual assistant or I went to school to study virtual assistant, to become a virtual assistant. I studied microbiology in the university, and I worked as a microbiologist for over 4 years in the company. So after COVID 2021, I decided I wanted to do something better with my time because I obviously wasn't growing in that particular company, in that particular space where I was. And I thought to venture into something else. And ever since then till now, I can tell you it is one of the best decisions I've ever made for myself. I'm also the founder of the Virtual Assistant Training Academy, where I train others, I train people to also become virtual assistants. I became top rated just within short period, 2021 to this 2023. I became a top rated virtual assistant on Upwork. Upwork is a platform where you can get job as a freelancer, as a virtual assistant, as a remote worker. We're talking about that later in the training. I'm also an author. I have a book that is just about coming out. It's called The Ultimate Guide to Becoming a Virtual Assistant. In 2019, I was one of the alumni of the Global Entrepreneurship Training in Ghana, West Africa. In 2019, I was also a fellow of the African Presidential Leadership Program in Egypt, Cairo, Egypt. Presently, I'm 2023 Deputy Secretary General of JCI Ibadan Elite. I don't know if any of you know about JCI, and I am happily married. So that is that about me in just few words. So introduction, what is the fourth industrial revolution? What is gig economy? What when we talk about fourth industrial revolution? It's looking like a big word, like the grammar, the English is seeming big. But what does it mean? What do we mean when we talk about the fourth industrial revolution? It refers to a period of significant technological advancement that are transforming the way we live and work. Now, if all of us don't tell ourselves the truth, I don't know, probably we have people that are up to 30 years, even if you're just 20 self, you will know that the way the world was or the things that used to be before are not the things that we have now, most especially if you have those that are about 30 years and above. You know that we didn't have anything like smartphone growing up. Growing up, we didn't have a smartphone. What we used to do then was to go to probably we had all this landline, Nitel landline. You have a phone in your house when a big, like all these round big phones that once someone calls like this, everybody's rushing to pick the call, to talk to the other person on the line. But everybody now has a phone that they can put into their head. Like it's very easy, it's very simple. And not just for smartphone, in everything, in almost every sector. Even this particular training we are doing now, this particular training now is a very significant example of technological advancement, because 10 years ago, 20 years ago, there wasn't anything like Zoom. Like, you'll be in your house and then you'll be talking to thousands of people from all over the world. Then if you want to have a training, if you want to have a conference or anything of this sort, you have to travel or go all the way. But now, just with the help of devices and apps, you can sit down at the comfort of your home and do all these things. And it's making work easier, it's making life easier. So that is just what fourth revolution means. Things that are those things that are making life easier for us. Those technologies that are coming up, that's making things easy for us. That is just as simple as what it means when we talk about the fourth industrial revolution. Then we'll talk about the gig economy. Gig economy refers to a work arrangement where individuals, often referred as gig workers, or you can call them freelancers, you can call them virtual assistants, you can call them remote workers, you can call them digital nomad, anything you want to call it, just people that engage in short-term or flexible jobs as independent contractors or freelancers. Now, these are people that most of us already know about this now. If you don't, you have one or two people that have talked about it. But people that say, oh, I'm a freelancer, I'm a gig worker, I'm a remote worker, I'm a virtual assistant. These are people that are just working short term, doing tasks or projects from the comfort of their home. They are not working, they are not the traditional 8 to 5 job workers. They are independent contractors. They can work for up to 5-10 clients at the same time. So as we go further, we've been talking more about it. So what has these two things all together done for us? What has it done to the world? It has brought about revolution and has the potential to really improve efficacy, productivity, connectivity across sectors, manufacturing, healthcare, everywhere, everything. Like, you will agree with me that things are improving day by day. Like, the things that we see yesterday, tomorrow we are seeing another advancement in technology, next tomorrow another advancement. Like, it keeps growing and it keeps getting better. So that is just exactly what the fourth revolution and the fourth industrial revolution and gig economy is doing for our society. So let us now go deeper and understand the fourth industrial revolution. Let us go deeper into understanding the fourth industrial revolution. It means that we are experiencing a major shift in how technology is advancing. It's changing the world around us, changing the world around us. Things are evolving. We have advancement of things all around us. That is exactly what understanding the fourth industrial revolution is. That is what the fourth industrial revolution means. It means this shift, this change that we are seeing all around us, these new apps, new smart devices, intelligent systems, things, apps, new apps that are coming out tomorrow. Now, for example, some of these key technologies, for example, we have AI. Right now, almost everybody's talking about AI, machine learning. AI is something that has now taken over the space of technology, like in a very, very big way, because the things that you can do with AI are things that humans do within, probably take you a few days or weeks, but with AI, within minutes, you are done with whatever you want to do with AI and artificial intelligence. We have machine learning, we have internet of things, which is connecting everything that we do together. If you are on your Instagram and you are checking before you go on Facebook, you're already seeing what they call it, ads from Facebook showing you something that you searched for on Google. Sometimes you just talk about things, all these things are all connected. You go on the website, they ask you for your data, they ask you to accept what they call it, cookies. You accept the cookies, they already have your information that way. From there, you just start seeing that you're receiving emails from companies you don't even know when you signed up with them. These are some of the ways, robotics and automation, blockchain. There was a time that it was almost everywhere. Everybody was talking about Bitcoin and what they call it, Ethereum, all those coins. People were talking about them. All these things are part of the evolution that is, coming forth. AR, virtual reality, big data and analytics. These are all the key technologies of the fourth industrial revolution. These are all things that keep improving and coming up every day, every single time, that just keep advancing technology, that keep advancing the way we do things. Now, what is the impact of this fourth industrial revolution in the world? What's the impact of it? Automation and artificial intelligence are transforming industries by streamlining processes, increasing productivity, and reducing human error. The day ChatGPT came out like this, it was as if the whole world doing it, why 1 million people were using it. The system has to even be, telling you, please, reduce. I mean, what they give you some messages and tell you that they have backlog of people that are using the system at the same time. Why? Because ChatGPT is one hell of a very intelligent AI that it's just so good. People use it for so many things, so many things. You can use AI to create content. You can use AI and ChatGPT to write ebooks. You can use ChatGPT to create a website. You can use it for so many things. You can use it to write code. You can use it for so many things. And the point is that it's not just ChatGPT. We have so many other apps out there that are AI apps that you can use for so many things. So for so many things, social media managers, AI is like taking over the job now, because they can create content within seconds. Within seconds, you can create content. Within seconds, you can create videos. Within seconds, you can create reels. Within seconds, you can create websites. Within seconds, you can create graphics. Canva, we have Canva. All those things are part of what is AI and automation that we are talking about. Because within seconds, you really created something for yourself. Instead of you paying or paying extra for it. Do you get? And it's streamlining the process. If I want to hire a graphic designer now to help me create the design of something, of part of the graphics that I want, it will take me weeks. But I can just go on Canva and within minutes, I already have it on my phone. So all these things, they have Internet of Things, which is connecting everyday objects to the internet, allowing them to collect and exchange data. It enables smartphones, wearable devices, interconnected infrastructures, leading to greater convenience and improved decision making. Because if you're getting those emails on your phone, if you search for something on Google now, you're searching for example, you're searching for power bank. You went on Google to search for power bank. Before you go to Facebook, before you enter Facebook like this, you're already getting ads, like different ads of power bank coming to you, different ads. So with that, you can even make a better choice of what you want to do, the one you want to pick. That's one of the impacts of the fourth industrial revolution. Another impact is job roles and skill requirements are evolving. Let me tell you the truth. The moment AI came out, the moment ChatGPT came out, so people became experts in ChatGPT. It was a job role. Yeah. Even if you want to go on Upwork, go on Fiverr, there are jobs like that. Like people will tell you, we need someone that's an expert in using ChatGPT. I need someone that's expert in AI. So job roles are increasing and evolving by the day. That is one of the parts of this fourth industrial revolution. Then access to information and education is expanding. Like you can access information in a jiffy. Like in seconds, you already have somebody's name, their email, all those cookies that we accept when you go to a website, they are already collecting your information. Another thing is education is expanding. There was a time that if you want to, for example, now, recently someone sent a survey to me. It's the master's student in the school, and she needs about 200 people to fill a survey for her project. Then I remember when I was young, the people will come to our house and be knocking our house. They will carry a pile of paper and be like, please, we are students, we just want you to help us this form. They'll give it to our parents then to help them fill the survey that, oh, their students, they need the survey for their project and blah, blah, blah. But now it is easier. I mean, this my friend I was talking about, she just sent it through WhatsApp and sent it to me that please, that she shared with other people too. She does not even need to walk up and down or go anywhere to ask to start begging people to fill the survey for her because it's an online. She has made it available online, and that is one thing that is the very one of the big impact of this first industrial revolution we're talking about. Now we can easily go on Google and search for things. There was a time that when you want to do your project, if you don't have Google, there's no way to search. What they will give you is old students, they will give you old students, what they call it, project cover, and to do those ones and find a way to use it also for your own. But now you just go on Google and in fact within minutes, seconds, weeks, days, I give you days, you're already done with your project. So these are some of the things that is that this fourth industrial revolution is doing for the world now. So now let's go into the definition of gig economy. And what is gig economy? I've said it before. I said it refers to the work arrangements where individuals also refer to as gig workers engage in short-term or flexible jobs. They call them freelancers, they call them digital nomads, they call them gig workers, they call them remote workers, whatever you want to call it. People, what I mean is people that instead of having that traditional full-time employment where they are going to job by 8 o'clock and coming back by 6 p.m. No, this time around, you just work from home. Me, for example, let me state my as an example. Like I said during my introduction, I said I used to work as a microbiologist. When I used to work as a microbiologist, that was a traditional full-time employment. Then I was working for a company. I would go to work by 8 o'clock. I'll come back by 5 by and go to work by 8 to close by 5 p.m. That was 8 to 5 job. And they'll pay me monthly. But since 2021 to date, I have not worked for any single company. Like I've not entered any office and said this is my office or this is where I'm my organ or whatever or employer or something like that. I will say this person I'm working for. Instead, I have clients that I'm working for. I have projects, I have tasks that I do for some clients on part-time basis. And the truth is that I'm even making 5 times more than what I was making working as in the traditional full-time employment. So that is what we call gig workers, or we call them freelance workers. One thing that is good about freelance work is that you can work for as many clients as you want, as you can carry or as you can take. And you can make it a full-time or a part-time job, depending on you, depending on on the clients that you're working with. Now, the economy is like a marketplace where people can offer their skills or services on a project by project basis. They have the freedom to choose where they work and also use online platforms or apps to connect with clients. Now, what this means is that we have so many platforms that you can even get some of these jobs. You get like I was saying, part-time worker, freelancers and virtual assistants and remote workers and all those things, they get their job. We have platforms like Upwork, we have platforms like Fiverr, we have platforms like freelancers, you have even social media you can use from your LinkedIn. You can get jobs from LinkedIn, you can get jobs from Facebook, you can get jobs from Instagram. So there are so many ways and so many platforms and apps that can connect customers and clients to those freelancers. So what are the factors fueling? What are the factors that are fueling this gig economy? What are some of these factors that are fueling the gig economy? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. are the factors? So what are the factors that are fueling the gig economy? So what are some of these factors that are fueling the gig economy? We have technological advancement, which is this thing we talked about, the fourth industrial revolution we talked about. Those things, the AI, the robotics, the blockchain, all those things are helping the gig economy so much because the rise of digital platforms and mobile apps has made it easier for individuals to connect with clients and customers, facilitating the gig economy. I sit down in my house, I sit down in my home, and I am working for clients. I work for clients in different countries. Like I've worked with clients in the US, in UK, in Canada, in Dubai, in Ireland, countries I have never been to. From my home, from Ibadan here in Nigeria, I am working for clients everywhere. How? Why? Because of technological advancement, because of the things that the apps, the mobile apps, digital platforms that are out there that have made it easier for me to be able to connect with these individuals and do the job for them seamlessly, do the job for them easy. That's some of the things that are fueling this gig economy and making it, boom fast. Another thing is desire for flexibility. Many people have the freedom to choose when and where they want to work. When and where they work. I'm working from my house. I can decide to carry my laptop tomorrow. I can travel at any time I wish. I can travel to Lagos tomorrow and I'm still working from Lagos. I can decide to travel to Abuja tomorrow and I'm working from there. I can decide to travel outside the country. As long as there is light and there is internet, I can work from anywhere. That is one of the very good things about the gig economy. So that's freedom. You want to be free. You don't want to just be tied up to an office, to a place where you feel like you don't have that freedom to go out, to grow. Another thing is evolving market demand. Cutting for businesses. Companies often seek cost-effective solutions by hiring gig workers on a product basis instead of full-time employees. This allows businesses to scale their workforce according to demand, reduce expenses associated with benefits and overhead costs. Recently, during one of our JCI meetings, we had someone that we invited, and the person was talking about how he has been able to manage this fuel scarcity, this fuel increment and the increment of fuel and all those things. He told his workers he told his employees to come to work only twice in a week. Only twice in a week. Why? He said the rest, they can do it from home. They can work from home. That they should be working from home. They should only come to the office twice in a week. Because he said every single day they come to the office from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in a day. He spends about 15 liters of diesel. I know how much diesel is, but that's for a day. So in a week, now imagine a week, he's spending almost 50,000 naira, almost 100,000 naira in a week, just because of diesel, of working of diesel and his employees coming to work. But if they are working from home, everybody doing is their own house. He will buy fuel only twice, only 2 times in a whole week. He's already cutting costs for himself. He has already reduced the money he's going to be spending on fuel. Even recently, I heard that there are some states too that have started implementing this. Some states in this Nigeria, I think, was this. I heard a particular state. I've forgotten the state. I think Osun State also. I've forgotten this particular state that they said they too are their workers to come in only 2 times or 3 times a week since the fuel increment started. And I think it's one thing that we should really embark on because it is help companies. Companies want to find ways to cut costs. They want to find ways to cut money. So what do? They just hire gig workers. They hire freelancers to do the work for them. Do it on a one-time, part-time basis. Pay them, and that is it. Or they work from their house and you pay them hourly or pay them weekly. So it's even cutting costs for these businesses. That is one thing. What is the benefit of gig economy? I've talked about some of these things already before. Flexibility, like I said, you can work from anywhere at any time that you want. I can decide that, okay, for the month of July, I don't want to work for any client. And if I have any pending clients, I can just tell them, see, maybe I feel like I don't want to work by July, August, sorry, by September, we can resume. I can decide to do that because it's my job, it's my time. I can be flexible like that. If I want to go on maternity leave, if I want to travel for a long time and I feel like I don't want to work when I travel, I can do it. Independence, you are your own boss, it's your own business, you're the one that's growing your business, you're the one that is in charge. Diverse income, like I said, you can work with 2 clients at a time. And imagine that how good or how sweet it is for you to be working for 3 clients, paying you in foreign currencies, all at the same time in a month. It's interesting. You can work, you can be working, you can do a short time job for 3 different clients or 5 different, even 10, depending on the kind of job. For example, if you're a website designer, all these website designers, graphics, you can even work for more than 10 clients in a particular month, in a month, because those jobs are even easier to do. But as a virtual assistant, be doing something that sometimes you do on the back end, like daily basis for your client. It's not something that you say, oh, you have so many clients are working for the same time, but trust me, you are being paid on an hourly basis and it's far more better. Entrepreneurial growth is also like an example of what I was of what I was saying right now. Now, I've been privileged to work with CEOs of companies. You are the back end doing some things for this. You are the one replying emails. You are the one sending out messages to their clients. You are the one scheduling scheduling meetings for them. You are the one writing the minutes of their meeting for them, and all those things. From there, you learn. You are seeing the way that these people are doing their business, and trust me, you will know how to run your own business effectively. These are just some of the benefits of the gig economy. Now, what's the future of the gig economy? What's the future of this gig economy? It's growing every single day. Trust me, it is not going to stop ever. But I feel like the moment COVID came, I feel that was when most people's eyes even opened the more to this kind of business. Because for me, I would say, for me, I already knew about it before now, but I didn't really know this, like, it easy to get into, because then I used to see it as when you talk about Upwork, when you talk about Fiverr, I used to see that, hey, this big platform that is only meant for some special kind of people that have special skills. But no, I've seen it now that even if you don't have a skill, there are easy jobs that you can do on these platforms. It is growing every single day, and companies keep on looking for a way to cut costs. So trust me, working from home is going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing that's going to keep on growing. So workforce integration, companies are increasingly incorporating gig workers into their business model, creating hybrid workforce. Hybrid workforce is an example of what I talked about when I said when I was talking about the person that said he told his workers to be coming only twice in a week. So that is hybrid. Hybrid means you're working from home for some days and then you're going to the office for some days. For example, in 5 days of the week, you go to the office twice and then you work from home 3 times. So that is an example of a hybrid workforce. Then we have government interventions. Policies are changing, regularly change. They are changing some of these policies to make sure that they are working in line with these innovations, with these technological advancements that are coming up. Upskilling opportunity, investing in reskilling and upskilling programs can empower gig workers to access higher paying gigs and future-proof their careers. Because trust me, one thing you have to know is that the fact that you've entered the game and you're a gig worker does not mean you should stay where you are. You have to improve, because if not, before you know it, like I said, I was talking about the job of social media managers is at risk now. Website designers, graphic designers, jobs are at risk now. Why? Because there are AIs that are doing the jobs for us as a matter of seconds. So you have to upskill. You have to make sure that you now make yourself an expert in higher you keep on skilling and upskilling yourself. You keep on learning, keep on making sure that you are relevant. That is one thing about the future of this big economy. If you want to grow in this business. How do you make the most of the fourth industrial revolution? How do you make the most of it? How do we make the most of this? To make the most of the fourth industrial revolution and the gig economy, you have to consider these following strategies. How do you grow? How do you make sure that you are not left behind in this revolution that is coming, in this technological advancement that is happening, in this gig economy, in this new world that we are seeing ourselves? How do you make sure that you don't left behind? Now, embrace lifelong learning, continuously learn skills and knowledge to adapt to the demands of the digital era. Invest in learning new technology, acquiring certifications, and staying informed about industrial trends. This will enhance employability and enable you to thrive in the gig economy. Make sure that you keep on learning. You continue to learn. If you know you want to move ahead in this new economy, you have to learn. You have to make sure that you learn something new. Keep on learning every single day, every single time. There is something to learn out there. Go on Google, go on YouTube. If it's skill you want to learn and you want to grow in it, you can use so many, like I've said already before, there are so many websites out there that can help you. So make use of them and make sure that you utilize them. And that is leverage technology. Utilize digital platforms, the web, the apps that connect with workers. Take advantage of the online tools, the market services. Manage your project, enhance your activity. Make sure that you market your services. Make sure that you let people know what you are doing as a gig worker. There is Upwork, there is Fiverr, there is Freelancer, there is LinkedIn, there is Facebook. On Facebook, there are some Facebook groups that are even using some of these, that they can get jobs from there, those platforms, those groups. So make sure that you're putting yourself out there. You can't just sit down one place and say, oh, yes, I'm a virtual assistant. People will come and look for me. If you don't put yourself out there and utilize the technology that is out there for you to use, you'll be left behind. And not just use it for yourself, but also using it for your clients also. When a client tells you to do something for them, make sure if you have learned a new app and you know how to use it, to make something that they want you to do for them to look better. Use it, utilize it. Utilize it. And then from there you are growing. They should be like, oh, this lady, this is improving, is increasing. They can tell you, okay, maybe the job they told you to come and do. For example, I have a job that I just started. What the person told me to do the first time that she had for the job was just for me to try a video for her. But now I'm doing, from transcribing videos, now I'm doing Canva designs for her. And it's not even part of what we talked about, but because she tried me and said, do this for me, and I did, I was able to do it. Now I'm doing Canva designs. Now she can say, okay, come and do something on my website for me. I make sure that I am relevant in most of the things that she needs. Not that she asks me, can you do this? I'll be like, I don't know how to do it at all. Though, yeah, there's some that I may not, but I will let her know that I'm interested in learning. But I make sure I'm versatile. I know most of things. So this is how you should be if you want to improve and get yourself make the most of this new economy. Build a strong professional network. You have to know people. You have to know people in the business. You have to know people, know clients. You need to have referrals, collaboration to make your work steadily for steady of work. Now, manage your finances wisely. In this economy, your income can fluctuate. I already said it before that you can work with as many clients as possible, but at the same time, it's not a 9 to 5 job. It's not a job that is and that, oh, no, you must work. So a client I was working for over 1 year. All of a sudden, I woke up in the morning. She didn't even send me a message. I also saw that she has ended our contract. When I sent a message to her, I was like, oh, did I do anything wrong? She said, no, I didn't do anything wrong, that she just felt like for now she does not need my services anymore. And that was it, just like that. Early Monday morning, just like that, workers, thank God that she was not only client. But I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So that now affected my finances for that particular month because I didn't expect it. I didn't see it coming. That is how this gig economy works too. Recently now, there was also a client I was working for. She pays me hourly. And then all through last week, she didn't give me any job to do for her. I was starting her off. She said, oh, she has some other things that she's doing right now, but it was just yesterday that she sent me a message again, and then I did one or two things for her. But that also affected my finances. If I was planning that, oh, no, I will work for her this particular week, I will make so amount of money. I didn't make that amount of money that last week. Why? Because she gave me a job to do for her. So you have to make sure that you also manage your finances wisely, manage, learn to save, learn to, consider how you are spending your money. You make a lot of money for me too, but also spend carefully. Cultivate diverse set. I've really said something like this before. Diverse skill set. Make sure that you have different things that you can do, so that you are versatile. There are different things you can lay your hands to do. As a VA, in fact, as a virtual assistant, you can do almost everything. You are the one sending emails, replying emails, call it, writing documents. You know how to use. If you want to go into a full-time virtual assistant, you have to learn how to use your Google Docs, Google what they call it, Google Suits, and Microsoft Office. It is a must. It is like stamp. You have to know how to use it. Aside from that, you also have to know how to do some other simple, easy things. Like I said, like Canva, how to do simple video editing, how to transcribe. There are some things that you just need to know how to do. Let me just put it that way. You can't come now and tell me you don't know how to use Zoom and you want to be a VA. There are some people like that, they will come into a meeting and they don't even know how to mute their mic. Or as in, and you'd be asking yourself, are you in the economy with us? Like, those are grown past this. Yeah, there are time for learning, but at the time, there's a time that you should already know how to do something. So make sure that you're learning. Make sure that you're upskilling yourself. Make sure that you are not behind. AI is out there now. If it's AI you want to go and learn it fully. If it's blockchain to learn, go and learn blockchain. There are different, in fact, inside that AI, there are so many other jobs that you can do. So go, if that's what you want to do, go and learn it and make sure that you improve in that. Also, another thing is focus on building your reputation. Deliver high quality work, meet deadlines, and maintain good communication with your clients. Positive feedback, testimonials from your certified clients. These are things that will help you. If there's anything at all that you did not learn today, just that you must build a good reputation for yourself. You know you want to really work as a freelancer. Good reputation is far more better. It's not going to make sense if clients will give you a job to do for them and then you don't even deliver the job perfectly. They won't give you another job again. And you just see yourself working. There are some people that they don't even have a profile of a client that worked for up to a month. It's that bad. I just told you right now, I have clients that have worked for a year, for over a year. And that's because she really trusted me with her job. And now is almost going to say, these people trust me enough to want to do all these things for them. And that's because I've built a good reputation for them. I deliver the work. I make sure that deadline. I make sure that I'm not acting behind. I make sure that I am professional in what I'm doing, and that my clients are satisfied. It is very, very hard. So make sure that you are focused on building your reputation. So that's for how to make most of the fourth industrial revolution and gig economy. I really learned a whole lot from all about it. I really learned a whole lot. If you want to be part of my virtual assistant training, you can use this link to join. And also, you can also pre-order my book. I have my book, like I said, the Ultimate Guide to Becoming a Virtual Assistant is on now. You can use this link also to pre-order if you want to do that. So please have any questions. Now is the time to ask me any questions. Hello? Hello?
I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I have a question to ask.
Okay.
My name is Musa Jemim. Okay, so you said that even if you said in the you mentioned some like apps like I think the Fiverr, Upwork and all, and you're like even if we are not good at, let's say, something you mentioned that there are actually some things that we can do that is depending on what a particular client wants also, but we should, it's like you're encouraging us to still have a profile or something. So I don't know. My question is, how do we now build our profiles? Is it, let's say for instance, if I'm not good at maybe a virtual assistant, but I'm interested in it, should I just should maybe in my profile now that I'm a virtual assistant, or how do I build my profile based on the little things I can do?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, in as much as I said, there are easy jobs, there are easy skills that you can do. Also very important to note or to know that how would I put it now? It's better to do something with it's better for you to it's better for you to go through this, to do it with somebody has that will guide you. And let me put it that way, someone that will guide you how to do it. For me, I didn't just venture. I didn't just I've heard about Upwork for a long time. I've heard about Fiverr for a long time. But I didn't just rush and open it. And even thank God I didn't do that. I actually paid for a training that was to teach me. And that training I learned a lot from. Now, one thing you have to know about some of these websites is Upwork, Fiverr, these freelance sites that can get jobs. They also have their rules. Most especially Upwork, because that's what I know about. There's some things you will do that will just ban you. And Upwork, they can give you life, like they will suspend your account. They can either suspend your account or they ban your account. And once they ban you, it's live. So in as much as yes, there's some skills, like I said, also there are some skills. What I'm trying to say specifically is that there are some skills that you can, offer, that you can do for some clients, that you don't necessarily have to have a certificate. Let me put it that way. For example, in my training now, it's part of what I teach people. In my training, I teach you about 5 different skills that you can offer as a VA for clients without even you having a certificate. So easy, simple skills you can offer to a virtual as a VA for your clients. Simple, easy things that you can do for your clients that you don't necessarily need to have a special. Let me put that. What I'm trying to say, you don't necessarily need to be, for example, what I used to hear for before, I used to think is only for people that used to code, all these what they call it, digital analysts, website designers, software engineers, all those big grammar. I don't know how to do all those things. But I went into what I have learned, and most of the things I learned are even things that I could do when I was working as a microbiologist with my computer. But I still apps that I have to go in depth and learn. Don't misunderstand me. There's some things that you still have to learn. There's some apps you need to learn. The major thing you need to know is that yes, you don't necessarily need to have a special skill as long as you know how to use your computer. But there are also some ways you have to do some things for some clients. There's some, you don't just go there, piggy, and let me put it that way and say, oh, I'm here now, and then you just starting and just put everything up and just applying for jobs now. They can ban your account if you don't have guidance, if you don't have somebody that is showing you, or sometimes you can even be there for months. For example, in one of my classes, I told my account. So I told them to send me for those that already have an Upwork account, they can send me their Upwork account link so that I can go through it and be able to see how or what their profile looks like. And trust me, one of them, our account is private. I don't know if you're on Upwork, you understand like what I mean is that our profile on private, and she did not know, which means that no client, if she's applying for a job from today to tomorrow, nobody will see her profile. That's not private because she opened it for a long time and it has been inactive. These are some of the simple things that you don't even know. Okay. So it's not just about you opening a Upwork account and then no, it's not just about that. You have to also have the guidance. You need to have someone that is guiding you on what, not just Upwork account and doing something there. But yes, that's something. You don't even need to be expert. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't need to necessarily be an expert in something. That's some easy skills like customer service, like telemarketing. These are some easy simple skills that we do on a daily basis that you can also offer to your clients. But how do you do those things? How do you go about it? That's what you now go and learn. I don't need, do you understand me now? I'm able to answer your question.
Right. So I have some few questions, but there's a question on the chat group. Maybe you may want to add to that first before I ask the question.
Please read the question out for me.
Please, as a virtual assistant, you manage your time well, so you can meet up with deadline and have time for others.
Other things like what? Let's even start with that. Other things like what? For example, now, for me, I have a time. It's for me, everybody have a way they do their business. But for me as a VA, working from home, I'm not working from home. I am my own boss. I am my own employee and employer. So what I do is that I have a time from 10 p.m. from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is my working time. There's sometimes during that period I don't have anything I'm doing. But there's sometimes during that period that I have a job that I'm doing. So if I have a job that I'm doing at that period, I focus on that job. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense. So it's about you making sure that you have a time for yourself also. It's not just the fact that you're working from home doesn't mean you should not be lazy about it, because you are now at home. No, you also have to make sure that you set your time. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to explain. If what I'm saying is different.
Okay. So what you're saying essentially is that because you are working from home does not mean that you should instead of you to be working, you are doing other things, maybe.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So you should have a time for it. If you want to do some other things, no, just fix it. It's like having a calendar and fixing, having a daily task and fixing what to do per time or per day into your task. There are some impromptu emergency jobs are coming, but you have to pick your own. Is it the dollar you want to make, or is the work you want to do? Which one is more important? So,
Well, that means time management is a very key skill that one needs to develop as a gig economy. That means you need to learn how to be self-disciplined and also work independently with little or no supervision, because you are your own boss, right?
Yes.
Exactly. It's okay. Thank you so much, Fumi, for that powerful section. You introduced us quite well to the fourth industrial revolution and the gig economy. Now, I have some few questions. If you're not comfortable answering them, feel free not to. But then when I read your
Okay.
profile, I knew that it's not just luck. Let me use that. It's not just luck that just made you become one of the top rated virtual assistants on Upwork with in less than 2 years. Because from what I've read, you are also committed to other stuff. So there seems to be some qualities you have that are consistent, moving you to work with them, from working with JI to in the African presidential program, and other international opportunities you've had. So I don't know. This is not directly about for the industrial revolution now, but can you let us in of some of basic qualities or secrets you feel you have that is giving you this leverage? I don't know if you understand my question.
I understand. I truly understand you. Okay, I will say, one thing I will say is, number one, put yourself out there. You are your own cheerleader. It's the only you that know the work you are doing. You are the one that knows the time you are putting into what you are doing. You are the one that knows your strengths, your weaknesses. The thing is that any little thing I win, any little thing I am doing, I make sure that I put it out there. I make sure that I'm not hiding or saying, oh, I just started. Hey, what will people say? Oh, what will they not say? Oh, all those things. No. Put yourself out there. The truth is that if you're putting yourself out there, nobody will know what you are doing. Nobody will know you.
That's true.
So that's just, I feel like that's my number one secret. Anything I am doing like this, I don't mean every single thing about my life, but no, there's some part of my life that, you know what I'm saying, the one that I know that I want to go in, that, when I started working as a VA, the moment I started working as a VA, the moment I got my first job, I put it on my LinkedIn. Oh, I got my first job, my first dollar, this, that. I was excited. I was happy. Though another thing is to know where you are focusing your channels on. I did not go and put it on my Instagram because Instagram is not going to help me. I put it on my LinkedIn. I know there are other CEOs and other people that will see it and be like, oh, this person is doing something. Let us connect with
Wow.
So you also have to know the platforms that you are using. Then another thing is being consistent. Now, being consistent doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be doing only one thing all through. No. Like I said before, I was a microbiologist, but even as far back as when I was a microbiologist, I've always been out there, putting myself out there. So even when I pivot and I changed my work to now working from home, I still made sure that, oh, I've changed. This is what I'm doing now. This. Everybody knew. Now it's not looking like I've been doing virtual assistant for a very long time. But no, when people hear that, it's not even up to how many years now. It's just after COVID I started.
Yeah.
So that's just it. Is what I would say is putting myself, and then another thing is, like I also said it in the training, professionalism, making sure that you are outstanding at what you do.
What is what doing is what doing well, right?
Yeah. Upwork. What will make you to become a top rated on Upwork? Now I'm teaching you some of the things I even teach my students. One of the things that will make you become top rated on Upwork is your consistency with your client. If you get your job, there's something called job success score. Now, if your job success score is up to 100%, that is how you become, and you have made a certain amount of money. Also, if there's a particular amount of money you have to make also before you can become top rated. So, and how do you do? How was I able to get it? Because I have a particular client I've been working with for a long time. This lady was paying me well, and she had everything good to say about me. So, like twice, I chatted her over. I was like, please help me write a feedback on Upwork. And she did. She was writing feedback on Upwork for me. And those feedback was also boosting my job progress. And just within a year, I became top rated on Upwork. So that was that. Just make sure that whatever you are doing, you do it very well. If you want to, and let me be giving you a secret of my of the things. Like one of the things you also need to know, that when you are working with people that are outside the country, there's a different way to relate with them. You don't relate with them the way this are Nigerian. No. Hey, with the way you relate with them. Seriously, your mentality has to change because their life is easier. Imagine an interview where you're just, the lady just talking about her life, gisting, and you are be like, is this even an interview? I mean, what are we doing? And the truth is that inside all those questions that she's asking you, she also something she also wants to know. That they're not just talking for talking sake.
Yeah.
Talking, they're listening to the way they're responding, they're listening to some things that they're saying. In between, they'll just throw in the questions and be like, oh, okay, so tell me, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I'm not just seeing you about how she has an active.
Oh my God.
You've already been caught off guard, and I'd be like, wow. And but they try to, I feel like they try to do it just easy and make it not so rigid and oh, this is an interview, this is this. No. So these are some of these easy things you need to know when you're working for people that are outside the country. There are ways to relate to them, and also communication is key when you want to work as a freelancer or anything. Your communication is very, very important. You must make sure that when your client say do A for me, don't go and do B and C and D. Say, write this. I want you to help me duplicate this form. Make sure if you don't understand what it means, ask them again. Please, do you mean I duplicate this form? Yes. Not that it's not like a fiscal office now where you can make a mistake and they will quickly change it for you. You make a mistake and you quickly erase it. But this time around, you're working for somebody that is not seeing you. Imagine a client give you a job. Now, my client gave me a job to do for her now oh, Charles, for the weekend though, it's until Monday that she wants me to submit the tax for her.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't understand what she told me to do, and I just use the whole weekend to do something else entirely, by Monday, have I not wasted that time? Have I not? Do you understand? So you have to make sure that you understand what they told you to do. Understand the job. Not they tell you to pick red color and you went and pick black color because you feel it's better.
So essentially, it's better to ask questions if you don't fully understand than to make assumptions, right?
Yes. Most especially if you are working from home, you are working as a freelancer, make sure that you understand what the person says you should do. Don't go and assume they said. Make sure you understand the job. If not, some of them will don't. And what people is that they are so good in that. Some of them will never tell you anything. They just be like, oh, thank you so much. Next thing, just say, I ended your contract. They just end the contract with you. Like, what did you do? So you have to make sure that you really understand the job.
All right. Okay. So sorry, thank you so much. Now you talked about you're a virtual assistant. I know there are several persons that are bringing up different skills, like you say, like software developers, digital marketers and the rest. But for someone that wants to to be engaged in gig economy, what do you think are some of the fundamental or basic skills that you must have? I know you have mentioned communication as I know you have mentioned some soft skills like consistency, communication, professionalism, putting yourself out there, building a strategic footprint. But what do you think are some of the basic tools that one has to master? I think you briefly mentioned
Google.
Okay.
You have to know how to use it. You cannot tell me now you don't know what is Excel. You don't know what is Google Sheets. You don't know what is Google Doc. You don't know how to create Google Forms. You don't know how to do even this PowerPoint I did now. You don't know how to use PowerPoint or Google Slides. Some people don't know to use, like I said it before, some people don't even know how to use Zoom. Common Zoom. Okay, a client you are ready to you have put yourself on Upwork. Oh, you want to work, apply for a job. The person has said, okay, let's quickly have 5 minutes interview so that the person will know we see you and be sure that you're talking to a human being. And the next thing, you can't even call it now. You can't even say go online.
Hello. Are you still there? Uh-oh. It's like we have.
Yeah, I think we lost her here. The network.
Device. I changed my device.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah. So as I was saying, you can't do if those simple easy skills that you're supposed to do, you don't even know how to do it. You will now go on Zoom. Okay, let's even now say one very funny thing. You now go on Zoom, and then I'm not saying that you should not have children or people in the same house with you, but if you are ready to work online, you have to make sure you're ready to work online. Because now imagine us having this meeting now and have background noise like people crying, cars, my family is talking, everybody's eating, you're hearing plates, everywhere.
That's
No,
pure lack of professionalism, actually. Yeah.
You can even say, okay, maybe it's because I am just a guest. And now imagine if you're now working for someone outside the country and you're having an interview like that. Do you get? Another thing is, you have an interview and then you start telling, okay, for example, we've had this very well. The one thing we really find a lot from, when I would say we're suffering from it now. We are really, because Nigerians are, how will I put it now? There are Nigerians that we are not serious. There are some people out there that give us bad names. That's the truth. That's the sincere truth I'm telling you. Now somebody tells you that, oh, let's have a meeting by 4 p.m. First of all, you have to make sure, is it 4 p.m. your own time or 4 p.m. their own time? Because time also is very important. Time zone. You have to do your time zone. That's one thing. And then they've given you that time. And you know that you will not be available. But because you feel like it is Zoom now, nobody will see your face. Nobody will know that you are there. You now be inside a hold up and be making the call. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just because, you feel like, no, you have to make, no, you can reschedule. You can always reschedule your time. If that time is not going to be convenient to them, you can, it's you. It's better for you to be professional and lose that job than not to be unprofessional and then lose the job. But if you're not professional, if you tell them, okay, for example, now for example, I tell the client that, let me reschedule. And the person says, oh no, maybe the time will not work for her too, or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, that time too will not be okay for me. And she did not chat me up again, and maybe she goes for somebody else. But trust me, tomorrow when she needs that job again, I can always send her a message and be like, oh, I'm still interested in the job, because I have not fucked up. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if you are fucked up and they've ended and they did not give you the job, you cannot come back again and say, hey, the job, no, now. You are fucked up already.
That's true.
But if you have not fucked up, you have to make sure that you're professional in anything that you're doing. That's just what I would say. Just make sure anything worth doing is worth doing well. The truth is that it's not going to be easy. When I first started, trust me, it was hell. Internet in Nigeria is one thing. NEPA light is another thing. These things are things you have to factor. You have to make sure that they're in place. For me, I didn't even have most of all this. When I first started, I was just my I had just MTN. I was using only my MTN SIM. It was this job made me know that MTN is not reliable. I'm telling you.
Wow.
I have to buy other SIMs. I have a router. I have to make sure that I have a Wi-Fi. I don't just rely on one thing. Another is light, NEPA light. As I saw that this light was to be treating my fuck up, God help me, with two jobs I was able to do, I got myself a generator. From there, now I've been able to get myself a solar battery that I'm using. So it's growth, but during those periods, trust me, I tried as much as possible to make sure that I did not fuck up. I don't know if you get my point.
Yeah,
I tried, though there will be some fuck up. That client I told you that I've worked for over 1 year. I worked for 4 years. During the interview with her, my internet just went. Cannot forget. We were already talking. The truth, the part was that we were already talking, like the internet was already going. That was when I said I was just using only MTN then. The thing just went off. Like that. It was not easy. But I still thank God that within those short periods, she was able to see that, oh, yes, I know what I'm doing. And then another thing that she understood, some of these people, as we want to see them as, they also understand. Some of them understand we have internet issues. They understand we have rights issues. But don't use it every time an excuse. I don't know if you get.
Yeah.
So at that period, it's not as if I just told her I told her, oh, I cannot join the interview. I'm having internet issue. No, I've already joined the meeting. It's already like 10 minutes into the meeting before internet started flopping. So she knew that, oh, it's not my fault. It's not as if it's something that that I did myself. Like, the internet in my country that was not working. So when she came back online, I was like, oh, please don't be sorry, don't be angry. The weather, I told her that rain was falling, something like that. And I was able to work with her for a very long time. So that's just part of it. And then that's just some of the skills that you have to really know. You have to really make sure that you are professional, make sure that you are your communication, time management is important, to know how to put your time very well, know how to communicate, know how to skills, like those skills, you know how to use your Google Docs, your Google workspace very well, you know how to use your Microsoft. Microsoft, all of us know Microsoft, what they call it, MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all those things.
Yeah.
But Google Suite is the one that most people don't really know about. It's like, I won't say it's new, it's not new, but most people don't know how to use it. So these are some of the things you need to go and learn how to use if you don't know how to use them. You need to know how to use them.
Wow.
Because most of these, that's what they use, and it's easier to share information with those apps. Google is very easy to share. Yes, to share apps, to use it to share. If you share documents with you and your client, use it to work together. Use it to create tasks and all those things. So that's why they love to use it a whole lot. They love to use. In fact, I don't think I've ever worked with any client that used Microsoft at all. All of them always use Google Docs. They use Google Suites, like all the Google Docs and Google Sheets.
Google Sheets, yeah.
All those things. That's what they use.
Google calendar. Some of us don't even know how to set simple calendar on our Google.
That is the truth. How to just set meetings, how to schedule meetings, all those things. Some people don't know how to do it, and that's the sincere truth. So these are things that you need to go and learn.
Thank you.
These are just simple skills, simple, easy things that you can learn.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Funmi. Seriously, very glad tonight. We know that what you just gave us now is what people pay for to listen to.
Yeah, so it's what my students are paying for.
Yeah. So we do not take it for granted. We do not take it for granted. I'm sure that we are all listening. We're not going to waste this opportunity. We're going to make the most of it. And guys,
that's what will give me joy. Yeah.
Thank you. And guys, if you really want to be part of the gig economy, you want to make the most of it, please feel free to sign up for Funmi's paid program. Please, can you share it with Juliet, the contact details? Then we can share with them.
Okay. I'll send the link to my to the Virtual Assistant Academy, the training academy. I'll also send the link to the book. It's still on pre-order for now, so you can just pre-order now. That is still 1,000 naira now to pre-order. But once the book launches, it is going to be 2,500.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, will we be Oliver Twist if we ask for special discount for Grow Up members?
That's the discount already. There's no special discount. That's the discount.
It's okay. Thank you so
1,000 naira. In fact, the ebook is just like a free. It's more or less like something.
Virtual class assistant.
Okay, the academy.
Yeah, for the academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can actually do something about that.
Thank you.
I can.
Thank you. So guys, we have succeeded in landing a deal for you people. So if you feel gig economics is something you want to take advantage of, and which I actually strongly believe that if you feel you are jobless right now, it's your fault. I'll always keep on saying that. If you feel you don't have anything to do, it's your fault. Don't be like those guys who went to the marketplace and stood there till evening because nobody hired them. Get yourself hired, okay? And this is a very perfect opportunity for you. Funmi, God bless you. Thank you so much for tonight. And let me quickly also say that in the course of these 90 days, you're going to master how to use what Funmi mentioned. That is the Google Suite and Microsoft. I think entire 3 weeks is dedicated to that. So, and it's going to be an independent learning process. So if you come to that point, it's a responsibility to make the most of it, to learn how to make use of Google and make the most of Microsoft, even Canva and other basic tools. Thank you so much. So at this point, I will leave the coordinator to complete. All right, thank you, guys.
Okay, good evening, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma, for this wonderful session. So before I give the mic to Precious, somebody has a question which I feel if you can please answer for us. So she said, he said that what is the first step you would advise a person who wants to make the most of the technology available today to take? Like, what is that first thing I need to do if I want to take advantage of the technology we have now? Thank you, Ma.
And the first thing is to learn how to use it if you want to. If there's, you cannot, um, how will I put that word now? There's nothing that you just stumble into using. You have to learn how to use it. You've seen somebody that is using it, or you know somebody that is using it, that is teaching you through to do it like that. So as things are evolving, as things are moving up, you have to learn how to also move up. Also, learn how to use those things. Learn how they work. Learn how they move. How to use it. And then that way, learn how to use those technologies, all those things that are moving ahead. Learn, even if you don't have interest in using it as your job, you can just decide. That's why information is like everywhere now. Sometimes I just sit down, I be like, I want to search on I want to search on anything, any topic at all, just to read and be informed about it, so that you not just tomorrow you don't know if it's going to be useful for you one way or the other. You don't know. So that's just it. That's just it. So one first thing is to learn. Always learn. Make sure that you at least you know something about what is happening behind. Not when people are talking about it. Now everybody knows ChatGPT. You now be like, what is ChatGPT? In this 2020, you see, you're saying you don't know what is ChatGPT. It's somehow now. Do you get? Even if you've never used it, just go on Google, search it, check what it is used for, check what is even DSF. That's just it. If you don't know, go on YouTube. There are so many videos on YouTube that will teach you how to do anything, how to use any app you want to learn today. There was a particular this something I did recently, turning pictures to videos, like pictures, like picture that just stagnant picture to be talking, and it was through AI apps that I use. How did I do it? I went on YouTube and I learned how to do it. It's not as if I even did it for anybody. It's just for myself. There's nobody, no client said I should do it for them or anything. But I just did it. So tomorrow now, if a client says, "Oh, help me go to," I need a picture that will talk. I need you to do it, to use AI to create a video for me using. I already know how to do it. I don't have a client that said that asked me, but I already know how to do it. So I just learned it for myself. So those are just some of the things that learn. Make sure that you're not left behind. Anything people are doing, anything that you've heard, any technology that is coming up, that is within your reach. There are some of them that you have to pay for, but there are some that are also free. So the one that is within your reach, that you know that you can, even if it's paid, safe, just go and learn and learn. YouTube is your best friend. YouTube should be your best friend if in anything, because that technology that is coming out now, that's coming out today, the trend that just came out each day. Go on YouTube, you say so many videos on trend on how to use trend, how to grow flowers on trend. If you say you don't know how to use trends that just came out recently, go on YouTube, you will see it. So that's just it's learn it, even if you don't have anything to use it for right now. Just learn it and have it in your mind and know that, oh, I know how to do this, so that when the time comes for you to use it, you already know how to use it.
Thank you
I hope
very
I was able to answer that
much,
question.
Yes, Ma. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you for tonight. Precious. Are you still here with us? Okay, in absence of Precious answering my question, I want to believe that all of you have you've marked your attendance. So please, if you haven't, before we end this call right now, please go to the chat box and look for the, let me resend the link to the attendance sheet. Please make sure you mark your attendance sheet. Thank you very much. Okay, Precious is here. So Precious, please take over. Thank you.